For my 40th birthday, I decided to go camping in Alaska. But there are a few things to know about me. First, I tend to worry about everything. Second, I had never gone camping before. So, recognizing that I had no survival skills whatsoever, I joined a trip with 2 guides and 8 other campers. But here's a third thing to know about me. I claim to be a misanthrope, but I'm actually just really uncomfortable around people. So my camping trip, the first day, started in town, in a hotel, where the 2 guides, 8 campers, and I all gathered for dinner, after which I bolted to the solitude of my room. But lying in bed, the worries began to swirl in my head. The first horror to visit me was the reality that these strangers were my companions for the next 2 weeks. Hiking together all day and eating every meal together. Earlier at dinner, I learned where people went to college, who had kids, who was trying for kids, favorite colors, favorite bands, favorite cars. Why were people telling me this? And there were 39 more meals to go. So tossing and turning in bed, then I remembered, I don't know how to set up a tent. I was gonna be a slapstick skit of flinging, collapsing tent poles. Now I know they're all but idiot-proof. But that night, in the comfort of my bed, I fretted that my failed tent would leave me outside, exposed to the element and the bears. And what was I supposed to do if I encountered a bear? I had looked it up, but I couldn't remember. Do you stand your ground? Do you play dead? And if I was asleep in my tent, would it even matter? Would the bear growl just to alert me that I was about to be eaten? So when morning finally came, saving me from this night of terror, the 2 guides, 8 campers, and I all squished into a van to drive half a day to our first campsite. About a mile from camp, still in the van, we saw a bear and 2 cubs. Everyone was so excited. I mean, this is what you want from a trip to Alaska, unless you're me. I was thinking, are you people crazy? Those bears are a mile from our camp, where we're planning to sleep. And that night was my first time ever sleeping in a tent. Every twig that snapped, I was certain a bear was one step closer. So in the morning, I eagerly loaded my gear into the van, and then from some final solitude, I headed to the porta-john, a little concerned that that was my new standard of luxury. But as the plastic door thwacked shut behind me, I thought, I survived my first night of camping. My triumph vanished quickly. As I headed back to the van, everyone was waving good morning with way too much enthusiasm. So I took a breath and slowly walked across the campsite, thinking 2 weeks with these people is gonna be the death of me. And so as I rounded the van, getting ready to squish in, I now noticed they were deathly pale. And now that I could see what they had seen, I realized they weren't waving a cheery good morning at all. They had been frantically flailing their arms, trying to warn me that a bear, a mama bear at that, had been following me from the porta-john across the campsite. So now I have to ask, What if I had reacted to their flailing arms and started to run? I would have been a bear snack. And it would have been their flailing arms that killed me. Luckily, because of my glacial pace of curmudgeonly disdain, the bear got bored with me and sat down. And that's the true story of my 40th birthday. But I usually tell people a taller tale of how on my 40th birthday, I survived a bear attack. Thank you.